XQC is, if you watch his content, renowned for being really, really bad at sleeping.
X has night terrors where he runs through the house screaming.
Felix started having night terrors, real physical ones.
This morning I was...
Dang, dude, it messed up his brain that much. It messed him up that much, man. That's crazy. And for who is that telling people that he has night terrors on stream? Like, what kind of stuff is that? Who's that letting that information out? That's kind of messed up. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be watching The Loneliest Millionaire on the Internet by Golf Cart. I believe this video is about the streamer XQC. He originally came up in the gaming sphere, and now he's one of the biggest streamers in the world. He's also one of the shitty people pushing the whole gambling on stream thing to young kids. He's known for like just being really wild on camera, kind of a spaz. If you've never heard of him, this is XQC. Alright, let's get into the video.
I hate it when it happens when I'm on stream.
The first rule of being an A-list streamer is brutal, but simple. Once you turn the camera on, you never get to turn it off. To the world,
I feel like you can turn the camera off as long as you're not doing like IRL streams. You can go to the grocery store without the camera on.
he's XQC, one of the most watched, highest paid personalities on the planet.
XQC is the biggest streamer on Twitch.
The fame.
Yeah, I think he signed a deal with Kick for like tens of millions of dollars when he finally went over to them. Just kind of showing how the gambling platforms are just able to buy their way into these little kid audiences.
9-figure deals, the constant roar of 40,000 live viewers. From the outside, it looks like the ultimate success story. But that is not the story you're about to see. This story is much darker. Because sometimes you get everything you ever wanted, just to lose everything that ever mattered.
Get nothing! You're not... You're victim here!
Now, every story about a downfall starts somewhere. And for XQC, it started at the top. Felix Lengyel was a professional gamer turned full-time streamer. Online, he went by XQC, and by early 2018, he'd already built a massive following. Over 200,000 people followed him on Twitch, and every night, thousands tuned in just to watch the madness unfold.
Nobody will take my virginity. Ever!
XQC was the definition of an internet troll. He talked weird, said whatever popped into his head. And yeah, he wasn't exactly the cleanest guy around, but that's not really the point.
Bro, I feel like a lot of these streamers are super freaking dirty. I don't know if y'all saw his room in that clip just now, but I feel like a lot of these streamers live a very dirty lifestyle. Have you ever seen like Asmongold's room? The streamer Asmongold? I'll pull it up here in another clip, but yeah, crazy.
Because he could make quite literally anything entertaining. Back then, the magic was in his reactions. It really didn't matter what happened. Dying in game, getting stream sniped, some annoying TTS donation. He'd explode, lose his mind, and somehow make it hilarious. But over time, the chat started catching on. They realized that the more they pushed him, the better content got. So it kind of became this game. Who could piss him off the most? Who could get the biggest reaction? Every week, the stunts got worse, and what started as harmless trolling was slowly turning into something meaner. The line between the stream and real life was starting to blur.
Told you, the dude's a total freaking spaz, man. If you see the way he talks, like he talks crazy.
And in about 2 seconds, someone was about to take it too far.
I'm coming out, coming out, coming out. Yes. What? Hands up, hands up.
For the first time in his life, Felix found himself staring down the barrels of a few standard issue LAPD Glocks. A viewer from...
I believe this is due to people swatting him. If y'all don't know, when people are super popular streamers, fans who are watching will send a whole SWAT team to their house saying they have bombs or something crazy like that. So I believe that was a clip of him getting swatted.
His stream had found his home address and called the police, reporting a violent threat. This is known as swatting. It's an internet prank that's gotten people killed before. And for Felix, this was the moment that changed everything.
He had 3 guns at me. What the?
He realized that being live meant being exposed, that anyone with a grudge or a twisted sense of humor could reach through the screen and make his real life collapse in seconds. So he started closing doors. No more personal details, no leaks, no risks. His addresses, his circle, and even what he said on stream, all of it got locked down. From that point forward, XQC was split in two. There was the version everyone knew, the chaotic, high-energy streamer who seemed to live entirely online.
I just want to play the game!
And then there was the other side, the one he kept completely off camera.
Oh, shit, wait, what did he keep off camera? I feel like this dude streams a ton, but what is the part that he kept off camera, bro?
That's where this story gets interesting, because what the internet thought they were watching wasn't real life. It was a reflection stitched together from a million half-truths. What was actually happening behind the scenes is a whole different story. With Felix's address being leaked online, he realized he needed to move. He left his apartment and moved in temporarily with the girl he had met just a few months ago. Her name was Sammy, a fellow streamer in the Overwatch community better known as Adept. With a new setup and a new apartment, Felix once again went live.
What time is it? 10? I think it's time to go again.
And from the outside, nothing looked wrong. If anything, it looked better than usual.
Is this working, boys, or what?
He was streaming more than ever, laughing more than ever, making more money than ever.
Does that look like a shark?
Every month, the numbers continued to climb. The chat was bigger, the clips were everywhere, and Twitch was basically becoming his playground.
I'm not gonna lie, I've never seen an XQC stream. Like, I've never tapped into a full-on stream of his, but he looks super entertaining.
Eventually, Felix found a new place, something more permanent, and Adept moved in with him. Online, they insisted they were just roommates, but whenever they were on stream together, they didn't exactly look like just roommates.
Fix these right up. Oh my god, he really did.
It was kind of sweet. Two streamers building a life off of the same madness. They'd joke on stream, sometimes argue a little, but the infinitely parasocial chat would eat it up. It felt like a look into his real life. And maybe that's why nobody thought twice when things seemed off. If he changed rooms, it was just a new setup. If he ended the stream early, chat blamed the bad sleep schedule. Little things you only notice when you already know how the story ends.
Yeah, see, I feel like a big thing of why these streamers are so popular is the parasocial farming. Like, people wanting to feel like they're hanging out with them. It's like, early on when I first heard about streaming, I was like, why would I want to watch somebody else play video games? But when you see how the dynamic works between the streamer and their fans, you get to really see, like, okay, these people feel like they're hanging out with this person. Like, you get to talk to them through the chat, through super chats and things like that. So it kind of makes sense.
From 2020 to 2022, it was the golden run. XQC became Twitch's poster boy. He was the single most watched streamer for 3 years in a row. He'd go live for 10 hours a day, grinding some random game or reacting to whatever was trending, then go to sleep, wake up, and do it again the next day. On the surface, XQC was living the perfect life. He had the fame, the dream car, the $1 million mansion, and the cherry on top of it all, Felix and Sammy finally told their fans what everyone already knew. They were dating. Everyone watching thought, damn, XQC's living the dream. And for a while, maybe he was.
Yeah, it looks like he was definitely living the dream, bro.
But in reality, everything was falling apart. To understand why everything went wrong, we need to rewind, all the way back to 2018. After moving in with Adept, the swattings didn't just magically go away. Somehow, within weeks, his address kept getting leaked online, and once it was out there, it was only a matter of time before the police showed up at his door.
Dude, actually get me the f*** out of here, man. I'm so f***ing knowing all of it, man. Holy sh**. Yeah, I'll get the f*** out of here, dude.
Yeah, I imagine constantly getting swatted is stressful as hell, dude. Like, imagine you're just trying to mind your business, play video games, stream, run up a little bag, and the cops keep busting into your crib with pointing guns at you, and you have to keep moving. Dude, that sounds stressful as hell.
I'm about to, man. I don't want to live anymore. It's retarded.
Felix learned fast. After those first incidents, he made sure it never happened live again. No cameras, no chat reactions, nothing for the trolls to feed on.
We'll be on the move for a little bit, but it'll be fine. I'm not gonna talk about it too much. It's whatever.
But every time he thought he'd found a safe spot, something would slip. One day he'd be streaming from one place, and the next, somewhere completely different.
I'll find a way to get my stuff somewhere that's I can keep it safe. I'll find a way.
Sometimes he'd crash at a friend's house, or head back to Montreal to stay with his parents until he could find a new place. But none of it really felt safe.
Almost every day, the police came to our house with a full squad. I was genuinely scared that I was going to die.
Now,
Almost every day, bro? He was getting swatted almost every day, bro. That's sad, man. Damn.
anyone near him, Sammy, friends, family, were in danger solely because he was there with them.
Just me being around people, like, endangers them. It's just kind of, like, unfair for others.
And the worst part, there wasn't really anything he could do about it. The more famous he got, the bigger the audience became, and the more dangerous that 1% of it became too.
I don't know what the f*** is wrong with you guys. I don't know what the f*** is wrong with you absolute degenerates.
Moving became routine. Every so often came a new house with a new setup, and each time it looked the same. A plain, empty bedroom.
I just thought, if I purchase a home, and I'm the only person on the title, it's my home, I thought, what could possibly go wrong? And sometimes I realize, like, it just doesn't matter, dude. I can't have shit.
What do you think they were doing to keep finding out where he lived? Like, are they, like, tracking his IP address and pinpointing his geolocation? Like, what do you guys think that they were doing to find out where he lived at constantly? Like, that's kind of weird. That's kind of scary, bro. Like, what if that happens to me? What if I blow up in the streaming world, in the YouTube world, and people keep swatting me, bro? That sounds scary, man.
Whether he had an actual setup or not, he'd start streaming regardless. He simply wasn't going to let that 1% of viewers ruin it for the other 99. Over time, he would slowly but surely fill the space. Sometimes it was posters on the wall, or adding a bed, cool lights, or maybe some plants to the stream room. But it seemed like the minute it actually started to feel like a home, like someone actually lived there, the cycle restarted.
Okay, well, I guess we'll move again, and we'll start it again, and hopefully, and it probably gonna blow up again.
After a while, you could see it wearing on him. The sleep deprivation, the junk food, the constant anxiety, it all started to pile up. Somewhere in that blur of streams and relocations, the pressure began to break through.
XQC is, if you watch his content, renowned for being really, really bad at sleeping.
X has night terrors where he runs through the house screaming.
Felix started having night terrors, real physical ones.
This morning, I was...
Dang, dude, it messed up his brain that much. It messed him up that much, man. That's crazy. And for who is that telling people that he has night terrors on stream? Like, what kind of stuff is that? Who's that letting that information out? That's kind of messed up.
I was bloody. Yeah, I did have a fight, actually.
Ow, that's crazy. When he wakes up to that, do you freak out, Adept? It doesn't scare you?
He'd wake up gasping, disoriented, spreading across the room trying to escape something that wasn't there.
And so,
Oh my god.
I just wake up with no air, and I just run. Dude, there's like holes in the walls because of it. Dude, look, there's one above the bed. Look at that. Literally ran straight into the wall.
Whether he was with Adept or staying with friends, they would have to pull him out of it before he hurt himself. But sometimes he didn't wake up fast enough.
I woke up and I hurt myself in panic. That's all. So I don't really know what happened.
Bro, what? Bro, look at this. Look at a little scar on his face, bro. Dang. Yo. Those were some crappy fans, bro. I know he said it was just like 1% of people, but yo, they all some crappy fans. Whoever was doing that stuff, that's crazy.
But it should be fine for now, though.
And even then, the very next day he was still alive. Because for Felix, stopping meant thinking. And thinking was worse.
In a way, when I go live, I have my own little sun or my little spotlight above my head, right? Recently, it's been like, spotlight goes off, and it's just darkness.
At one point, after years of this cycle, things got so bad that he started writing a will. He genuinely wasn't sure how much longer he'd last if things kept going the same way.
I had a bunch of bad thoughts. Things kept happening that were really bad and scary. I felt like I wasn't gonna live very long.
When he began going through what he had and figuring out where it should all go, it naturally fell to his family. But one name wasn't there, Adept's. And when she found out, everything blew to Kingdom Come. This was the start of something that would turn into one of the most bizarre and public breakups the internet had ever seen.
Dang, she gained a ton of weight from when he first met her. Y'all scroll back in the video when he first moved in with her to where she's at now. She gained a ton of weight, bro. I'm not trying to roast the girl. I don't know her like that, but dang, bro. Sheesh. She put on like 45 pounds.
After that, things just kind of like started like blowing the fuck up, you know?
When Adept found out she wasn't included in Felix's will, the tension between them began to boil over.
Why are you raising your tone?
Or why would he let her know that she's not in his will? Like, why would he make that public information? But I guess he thinks, okay, this is my girlfriend. Like, yeah, we're just dating. Like, she shouldn't care about this. But hey, a lot of these chicks, man, sometimes they just come for that check, bro. They hear they're not getting that check. She thinking she gonna marry him, come up on that bag, and she hears she's not even mentioned and getting the bag, bro. Damn.
Your tone.
Really annoying.
You're raising your
because you're
tone.
like, I'm tired of hiding behind this f***ing shit that you do every f***ing time.
Okay, can you understand that I always do this, and it's not
Oh
target.
god, here we go.
What started as a couple's argument slowly grew into something much bigger, one that pulled in Felix's family and refused to fade.
Simi, you
I
called
did
my
not.
family psycho, crazy,
You did
conniving
that
ass
too.
crack. I
Went
blamed
against
myself.
our
You
agreements.
talked to me
You
for 3
went
hours,
against our
blaming
private
everybody else.
conversations. I do this with you anymore. You are not a victim
Okay,
here. You have
you're
never
not-
been a
you're-
victim
okay,
here.
okay.
I'm done speaking with
Okay,
you.
I'm done
You
as
are
well.
not a victim.
It's
Stop
okay.
victimizing
I'm
yourself.
sorry. This got too heavy. I'm sorry. Bye.
Over the next few months, things only got worse.
Damn, they're having these relationship convos live on stream in front of the whole world. Like, okay, now I get what he meant at the beginning of the video when he was like, once you turn the camera on, you can't turn it off. Because, like, he's literally spewing his whole life in front of all these people who already do crazy stuff to him on the internet. None of this makes any sense to me. I would never be having these conversations in front of my fans, bro. This is nuts.
Arguments kept resurfacing, and every attempt to fix things seemed to just make it worse.
God, you're so cringe.
Sorry. See? Classic. just like before the stream, you say an argument or say your remark, and you leave, and then you're like, got him, dude. It's not how it works, though.
Eventually, Felix felt like he was cornered, like he had to choose just one, family or Adept.
I was cornered into choosing between family and Sammy, and unfortunately, what happened is that I kind of just chose family.
And that decision set off everything that came next.
Yeah, nah, one thing, guys, never let a girl come between you and your family. Unless you know your family is like actually like crazy evil or something like that. Never let a girl come between you and your family. Your brothers, your sisters, your mom, your dad, bro. Like, hell nah. She keeps trying to make it a you or them problem. Hell nah.
Why are no other streamers talking about XQC divorce? Like how major it is. This ain't like some little thing. Like, this is major. This is having an impact on him psychologically.
After a string of public arguments and tense on-stream moments, Adept took things a step further. She filed a claim saying this wasn't just a breakup. According to her, she and Felix were married under common law, which meant she was entitled to half of everything he owned. Within weeks, the dispute moved from live streams to courtrooms. In Texas, official filings started rolling in, and the court stepped in to stabilize the situation while it played out. Adept was granted exclusive use.
Dang, she came in for the bag, bro. He didn't ever even officially married her. She came in and said, yeah, we were technically married. Yo, she broke it off with him and wanted the bag, dude. You gotta watch who you marry, bro, or who you decide to live with. You get a female roommate and all of a sudden y'all are married and she's taking half your shit, dude. You gotta be careful out here, bro.
Felix's BMW and Tesla. Felix, on the other hand, was suddenly restricted. No more luxury spending, no gambling, nothing beyond the essentials. They were barred from entering each other's homes, and more importantly, forbidden from talking about any of it online. Essentially, a gag order. Once again, Felix was split in two, the version everyone thought they knew, and the one left behind when the camera turned off. But this time, the internet filled the void. Today, those court records are sealed, but back then, they were open to anyone who knew where to look. A few creators dug them up before they vanished behind closed doors, and with each new filing, the internet got another glimpse into the story Felix couldn't tell himself.
Hey guys.
How's it going?
What's going on?
This is Stephen Asarch, a journalist who's written for outlets like Business Insider and Rolling Stone, but more importantly, he was one of the first people to break this whole story.
The common law marriage itself always seemed really odd to me. Her only evidence behind the common law marriage was in 2020, they went to Canada and they told the TSA that they were married because that was the only way they were going to get in because of COVID protocols.
A common law marriage basically means you're married.
Dang, she's trying to get this dude on a technicality. Bro, that's crazy. You can't trust these bitches out here, man.
Without the ceremony or license. There's just 3 requirements. You have to live together, tell people you're married, and both agree that you are. But miss one of those, and it doesn't count.
Felix has never publicly made any sort of statement that the common law marriage was in fact real.
I'm not married!
I don't want to bash Adept. I don't want to just say she was grasping at straws.
It is hard to discuss this story.
No, bash her, bro. She's literally trying to take bro's bag. She had her own streaming going on. I'm sure she came up off of his clout. Like, what? I know she came up a bag on her own streams off of his clout, bro. And she's trying to come in and take half of his stuff because their shit didn't work out. Because all starting from an argument that came from him not putting her in his will. This is all just money. Was she there for just money from the very beginning? That's what she's making it seem like. This is crazy.
Without thinking ill of Adept, because if you just look at the court filings, it does seem fairly malicious.
Her whole document was all about, I need spousal support. Make them pay.
But, taking her opinion into account, it was clear that she felt that she kind of built this guy up and kind of helped him reach the level that he reached.
Speaking of crazy deals, XQC, one of the biggest streamers on Twitch, just took a 2-year deal, $100 million with Kick.
Wow.
Bro, that's NBA player money. What? For streaming? Dude, that's straight up NBA player bread, bro. All right, y'all. I'm about to make my Twitch tonight, man. Y'all about to start seeing me react to stuff on stream, man. What?
One, when it came to XQC, was focused on the Kick deal.
What is going on?
$100 million.
This is a non-exclusive contract for 2 years, meaning XQC gets to have his cake, eat it too, and the baker.
It was and still is the biggest streaming deal social media has ever seen. Yet, somehow, it came right when XQC seemed to be at his lowest.
I understand that XQC can kind of feel slighted by all of this. Right. I was watching the Impulsive clip earlier, and clearly, this still kind of bothers him.
Felix, I gotta ask you this. Are you going to give all of your money to your ex-girlfriend?
Oh, man.
Adept, the person who had been in his life for years, was now...
Dang, that, oh man, dude. That was like an instant kick of like depression. His eyes went...
the person tearing it apart.
The deeper you are invested with somebody, the deeper that you trust them, the harder betrayal will feel when it happens.
What started as a conversation about his will, about money, and what would happen if something went wrong, spiraled into something much bigger. And somewhere along the way, Felix lost someone that felt like home.
I wasn't the best boyfriend at times, but I don't think anybody deserves to feel that level of betrayal ever.
The fallout rolled straight into his family. Words were said, lines were crossed, and even months later, things still hadn't really healed. So he did what he always does when everything falls apart. He streamed, because chat was the only thing that still felt familiar.
At the end of the day, all I want to do is go back to this. I don't want to spend time enjoying the thing that this comes with, right? The status, or whatever. All that shit is like, it's just f***ing noise. It actually is, it's noise.
Sometimes he'd go live and talk in circles, half-coded rants about things that he couldn't say. You could tell he wanted to open up, he just couldn't. And the longer that went on, the lonelier it looked.
Money just changes people, man. And people say it's changed me. You wanna know why? You wanna do something about me? Everybody around me, just that's all they cared about, is just money shit. When everybody around me starts caring about it like so much, right? Then it annoys me. Because then there's me right here, everybody's next to me, and then everybody's looking past me to whatever I have. And it's like, okay, well, how do I get the focus back on me? I'll just burn it then. Like that's kind of like logical conclusion almost. Sometimes it feels like I'd have none of the problems I have right now if it wasn't for that.
Over time, the streams got shorter and less consistent, but the outbursts and the drama grew. It was like watching someone set fire to the parts of their life that still worked.
I didn't change for the longest time, and it felt like that's all people wanted. So yeah, I bought really dumb shit. I wasted money on the stupidest thing I could ever find. I would rather see that money go up in flames on useless than being given to people that's all they care about.
After months of filings, restrictions, and silence, it finally ended. The court dismissed the case. The claims were dropped. No more orders, no more waiting. For the first time in nearly a year, Felix could finally speak again.
Thank God, bro. I would have been so mad if this video ended with this chick getting half of XQC's stuff. Like, what?
They just gave me the news that I was no longer in any significant legal battle, and it's all over. After months and months sitting in the dark, I actually had something or somebody tell me and validate that my brain was rooted in reality.
In the end, Felix never really...
Dang, man, that means he felt like he was going crazy, dude. What, dude? That's so freaking sad, man. That chick came in and messed up bro's whole mental.
...escaped the chaos. He just stopped letting it define him. The cameras are still there. The chat still moves a mile a minute. But he's not hiding behind it anymore. When he goes live, it's not to fill the silence. It's because he actually wants to be there. The line between XQC and Felix will probably always exist. But for the first time, it doesn't feel like a mask. It feels more of like a balance. He can log off, disappear for a while, and the world keeps spinning. The stream doesn't have to be his whole life anymore. And maybe that's the real win. Not the contracts, not the numbers, not the record-breaking deals, but finally being okay with just being himself.
Alright, that's it for today's video, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. It helps the channel out a ton if y'all subscribe, man. I'm a new channel. Let me know in the comments also, do you think XQC was in the right? Do you think Adept was in the right? Do you think he was wrong for not putting her in his will just because she was his girlfriend for a few years? Y'all let me know in the comments below.